These groomers and child predators must be stopped because they're sexualizing children for profit in a multi-billion-dollar medical industry that looks to grow and grow. Today, I would like to announce that I am reintroducing my bill, the Protect Children's Innocence Act. This bill will stop gender-affirming care on children. It will protect children from the heinous and evil ideology that is grooming kids and making a profit off of horrific surgeries that mutilate their genitals, give them life-altering medications like puberty blockers, hormone therapy that will have permanent damage to their bodies for the rest of their life. Before these kids are even grown up, before they've graduated from high school, before they're old enough to vote, before they're old enough to get a tattoo, ink on their own skin, before they're old enough to join the military, before they're old enough to make adult decisions. This is an important bill that Congress must pass. My bill will charge any person who knowingly performs gender-affirming care on a minor with a Class C felony. It will prohibit all taxpayer-funded gender-affirming care. It will prohibit institutions or higher education from providing instruction on gender-affirming care. There's nothing affirming about lying to children that they can change their gender, because you cannot change your gender. My bill will deem aliens who are determined to have performed gender-affirming care on a minor as ineligible to receive visas or be admitted into the United States. We need to take a strong stand in the United States of America that we do not abuse our children or sexualize them in any way. This is an important bill that must be passed, and I'll give you some examples. In 2021, there was a father in Texas who lost custody of his twin 7-year-old sons because he attempted to stop one of the boys from transitioning his gender. The mother began transitioning the boy when he was only 2 years old and then tried to enroll him in a pediatric gender clinic at age 5. This young boy needs to be protected, and his father has the rights to do it. But they didn't give him his rights. Last summer, Boston Children's Hospital released videos promoting gender dysphoria and offering sterilization, castration, and mutilation of children. These videos not only explained its genital mutilation surgeries, but they were also promoting these surgeries to kids and their parents. By the way, this is for profit. Also, just recently, Jamie Reed, who worked at one of more than 100 pediatric gender clinics across the United States, publicly came out to discuss the atrocities happening to children at these gender clinics. When a female takes testosterone, the profound and permanent effects of the hormone can be seen in a matter of months. Voices drop, beards sprout, body fat is redistributed, sexual interest explodes, aggression increases, and mood can be unpredictable. One of the side effects includes sterility. As a matter of fact, after only 4 to 5 years of taking testosterone, there have been many young women under the age of 18 that have had to have hysterectomies because of the damage done inside of them. But even more horrific is the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, signed a bill into law to provide refuge for trans kids and their families. This bill will protect trans kids and their families that flee to California from states like Alabama, Texas, or Idaho, or any other state that criminalizing the parents of trans kids for allowing them to receive gender-affirming care. My bill will protect these children and stop a state like California and the monsters and the groomers and the child predators in that state that look to damage them before they ever grow up. There are many states that are working hard to protect kids, but we don't have enough states doing it, and that's why it's the responsibility of Republicans in Congress to protect children. This is imperative. We know what the left is trying to do, and we should have listened to them when they told us. Remember the San Francisco Men's Choir actually singing a song announcing that they're coming for our children? That's a threat that we should not ignore. We've had enough with drag queen shows in elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. We've had enough of drag queens gyrating in front of children in the public square. These groomers and child predators must be stopped because they're sexualizing children for profit in a multi-billion-dollar medical industry that looks to grow and grow. Something must be done to protect the sacred identity of children because God made children. God made all of us, male and female, in his image he made us. And God doesn't make mistakes. I urge every single Republican and members of Congress to co-sponsor my bill, and we must get it passed. This isn't just a Republican issue. This is an issue across the board. All voters agree. I yield back. I'd like to announce that I'm introducing a House resolution to designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. America has had enough of these terrorists. Just this past weekend, Antifa-affiliated rioters set fire to the future Atlanta police training facility by attacking it, an organized attack that's all captured on video. Molotov cocktails and other destructive items, fireworks, they all fired at police officers and set fire to the construction site, causing much damage. There were over 30 people arrested. Now here's the issue, only 2 of them were actually from Georgia. The rest of them were from other places in the country, and several of them from other countries like France and Canada. One of them happened to be an attorney for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That's disgraceful. This all comes on the heels of after Antifa terrorizing Americans for years now. Never forget, in the summer of 2020, Antifa caused over $2 billion in damage, setting fires to cities, businesses, and attacking police officers and killing people. Yet over 95% of those arrested had their charges dropped. I yield back.